And welcome to Art with Mrs. Beaufeaux. Today we're going to be talking about self-portraits. We're going to be creating a half image that's a self-portrait, a half image that's a photograph taken by yours truly. So let's get started. Let's talk about self-portraits as an art concept. A self-portrait is a portrait or an image of an artist created specifically by that artist. This can be kind of confusing because we've been talking about portrait and landscape orientation, which means, is your image longer than it is tall, or is it taller than it is long? What's important when we're talking about a self-portrait is that you're thinking of an image of a person. A self-portrait can be in either orientation of portrait or landscape. We've been working with portrait in portrait orientation. Recently, I took your photograph and I did some computer magic to it where I cut your face in half, kind of down the center as close as I could, and put a white box on the opposite side. This is what we'll be using today. To make our image more interesting, we're going to start off creating a frame. Don't forget to put your name, date, and class on the back of your image. So I just did around a 2-inch frame around my entire blue piece of paper, and I'm adding different designs using line, shape, space, all of the art elements we've been talking about. When creating any portrait, there are a few things to keep in mind when trying to make an image realistic or readily recognizable. There are a couple things that I'd like to talk about to you today. The face can be divided in sections where each facial feature lies. Some things to remember are that faces by nature are not perfectly symmetrical. However, they do follow a form. The eyes are halfway between the top of the head and the bottom of the chin. The ears should line up with the eyebrow to the bottom of the nose. Your nose is halfway between your eyes and chin. And finally, the mouth is halfway between the nose and chin. We're going to be looking at our faces today and using rulers and seeing how closely your face follows this format. Not all self-portraits are done in a realistic style. Some artists choose to create a piece of abstract art to display the same idea of a self-portrait. Today, we will be using as much realism as we can. After I pass out your images, you're going to take time to cut and paste onto your frame that you've created last time. Okay, let's take a ruler and start blocking off certain portions of your face. I want you to see how I'm just putting little dots as reminders. Okay, this is where the corner of my nose is going to lie and my lips. Then I go back with my pencil and lightly fill these in. You'll notice that I'm not the best at creating realistic images, but I'm going to try my best today. So let's see what I can come up with. Is nowhere near done. I'm going to take more time to blend in that graphite. Maybe I'll grab a piece of tissue paper, wrap it around my finger to smudge those images, because nowhere on my actual face do you see bright white except for in the highlights of my glasses. So that's some more things that I'm going to do before I call it good on this project, but I'm going to stop my video here because I want to see what you can do in class. Today, we're going to continue working on our self-portraits. I've already taken your photographs and printed them out. You are going to cut out your image and glue it to your frame paper. You're going to work to draw in the missing side of your face using graphite pencils. If you need any help, please raise your hand. Remember, we don't need to come up to the teacher's table this year. Just raise your hand. I'll be making my way around.